about the fourth or fifth day into it, you know, we talked about how that our life had changed for the better. I mean, he felt so much better. And he said to him it was like the light switch went on the day he started the coconut oil, that the fog lifted.
Noticed in a few days when he started taking coconut oil was the big change he had, especially the one thing that was starting to really be noticeable, and that was depression. And everybody knows that depression makes dementia or Alzheimer's progress.
And I was able to find a fatty acid analysis breakdown. It's on the USDA website. And I figured out that coconut oil is almost 60% medium chain triglycerides. I just researched everything I could get my hands on about ketones, medium chain triglycerides, coconut oil, you know, gave him a little over 2 tablespoons every morning for breakfast. So I measured it out and then started cooking with it the rest of the day. I just started substituting it for other things in the diet. And what I found, in addition to, you know, the improved score, was that he was more alert in the morning. He used to come out very sluggish and not very conversant in the morning, and he couldn't find, you know, remember how to get water out of the refrigerator door, and, you know, confusion about utensils and things like that. And he just came out with a lot more energy and more animation in his face, more personality, joking with me, could find the water, you know, these kind of things started happening. And about the fourth or fifth day into it, you know, we talked about how that our life had changed for the better. I mean, he felt so much better. And he said to him it was like the light switch went on the day he started the coconut oil, that the fog lifted.
Away. And I'm going to talk to you about my Alzheimer's, or where my Alzheimer's is today. Around about 6 months ago, it was becoming increasingly obvious to me that I had a problem, and it was a big one. I was forgetting names, I was forgetting common words in the middle of a sentence. I would go to the supermarket to get a short list of things and I'd forget what I went for. And
Noticed in a few days when he started taking coconut oil was the big change he had, especially the one thing that was starting to really be noticeable, and that was depression. And everybody knows that depression makes dementia or Alzheimer's progress at a much faster rate. And Ian's depression lifted. It was just quite amazing how fast it lifted. Now, I know that's to do something with hope, but I think that it was
so fast.
Quite evident that
within a week.
Yes, that the coconut oil was actually starting to feed his brain with his MCT oil.
Debunked by scientists around the world. And so we have to really think about what's really going on. You look at one of the few randomized controlled trials. This is a study that's definitive. It shows one group eating one thing, another group eating another thing, 9,000 people. They fed them corn oil, which is a vegetable oil, versus butter and saturated fat. The corn oil group had more deaths, more heart attacks than the butter group, even though their LDL went down. The second
Well, wait a second. I should say that that wasn't exactly normal corn oil. They made sure it was inflammatory corn oil, so they prejudiced the study.
What we eat. It's
well,
what
it's
we
not.
eat.
Yeah. The reason we're debating this in coconut oil is coconut oil allows inflammation to get into your brain.
Well, I would agree with that, and I would agree with it because in the past, the coconut oil was used in those studies was like the margarine of coconut oil. It was refined, it was chemically altered, it was heated, deodorized. Now we eat virgin coconut oil, and that's been shown in emerging studies to actually reduce the effects on the brain. In fact, it helps.
Well, it's kind of like cocaine, you know. If you give cocaine, it helps you initially. It's like putting sugar up the nose or insulin up the nose. The person wakes up for an hour, able to sign their will, and then they go into dementia again. So that's what it is.